We're live. We're rolling.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
Pretty, man, stumbling through business, trying to figure things out.
Yeah.
Not one of my best days, but still good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How's that?
Just got some crazy things going on with a transaction and also trying to figure out some rebranding stuff I'm working on. So.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. You did your own logo?
Actually, I had a guy on Fiverr, I think it's called. Yeah, Fiverr do it. And I told him exactly what I wanted. Like I had this vision in my head that I wanted. It only took him like 3 or 4 tries to get it perfect.
Really?
But yeah, he did a great job.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has like that coat of arms looks to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are you going for now? Like, rebrand, like do it totally different, or you just gonna twitch a few things?
Yeah, so I'm not changing that logo itself, but I'm thinking of doing a separate channel with just like motivational stuff to kind of separate out the content. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So kind of like another podcast, or are you just gonna be just you and yourself? Or?
Who knows if it'll ever turn. I don't plan on having a podcast, but you never know. I didn't plan on being in real estate. I plan on retiring as an aircraft mechanic, so I can't say whether or not I never have a podcast. So I'm not gonna say never, but as of right now, no, it's just gonna be like little motivational shorts and then maybe some long form content.
Because where I follow you at on Facebook or Instagram, I think, is it that you're like your personal?
Yeah, that's pretty much like a blend of all of my content. My Facebook, my Instagram, and even my LinkedIn is kind of like a blend. But from a couple of YouTube classes I've been taking, they saying it's best to keep it separated on your YouTube channel for the search engine optimization and all that stuff, so that your ideal audience can find you better and helps with views and everything.
Really?
Yeah. When you mix it all together, it kind of like you have too many things going on. But I haven't studied enough channels to know for sure if there's any channels out there that kind of blend their content together. Can you think of any that kind of blend like different types of content into one channel? Or
Well, it's funny you mentioned that, because I didn't know that, but that's what I do. I have one for my personal. I have one for like real estate, and then I have another one for my podcast.
Yeah,
like
you talking about when you say
ones.
you talking about like your YouTube, or are you talking about
Everything? So I have.
you separate everything.
Yeah, I have YouTube separated. I have Facebook separated. I have Instagram separated. And now it's easier because it used to be a lot harder back then. Well, I guess it was just different, but now it's a lot easier, because if you go to like a Facebook and then you can do like your business page underneath your personal. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you can switch back and forward.
I have that.
Yeah.
It was a lot. It seemed like it was in the beginning. It was a lot more steps to create it too. I think they made it simpler. They made it more user friendly because they want more people using the platform, right? So they made it a lot easier. But the reason why I've heard that it's best to keep YouTube specific separately, because it's really like a search engine. It's not like the others are social media, like your Facebook, your Instagram, your LinkedIn. That's social media, so that operates a little different from
like the algorithm is a little different.
It's a little different.
Yeah, I just saw a post that the YouTube Shorts. I don't know if it's true, but YouTube Shorts have more views than TikTok. So
I don't know.
That's interesting.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised though, because it seems like with TikTok, some people, it's like certain people that want to be bothered with TikTok, but then you have people like me that I refuse to get one. I'm like I have enough distractions. It seems like it's all social media can be distracting, but it seems like TikTok has this like special intention for distraction, the way that it was built, and like the whole short thing, far as I know, came from TikTok. Like you have YouTube Shorts and you have your your Instagram.
They just copy,
right. But that was all TikTok was, from what I understand. So it's just like a whole platform of shorts. So it's like that quick dopamine hit.
Yeah.
And it's like designed. I was like, nah, I don't need that. I'm good.
And then even if you find something good, you don't retain that. You know what I mean? Because you already forgot like 5 shorts ago.
Yeah. It's bad, man. Yeah, I can't get with it.
It is, man.
Do you have a TikTok?
Yeah, I got everything. I got YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. I used to have Snapchat, but I didn't really get anything out of that.
Okay.
It was a lot of trash, really.
Yeah.
You know, like a lot of people just wasting your time. Nobody, just people you don't even know, might even be in a different country or in a different state. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. I like Facebook because it's like more community. Like you can, you know,
more
like
local.
More local.
That's what I like about it.
Yeah. So you can say, hey, this is the area that I work. You know, I can't deliver a house in California.
You can't?
So
Have you tried?
Technically, I could, but it
wouldn't be worth it.
It's not worth it for the customer because then you have to charge them per mile after so many miles.
It get real expensive.
So it could get really expensive. So it doesn't make sense for them to buy with you. It will make more sense for them to buy in their local area.
So I was even thinking helicopter, but that would be expensive. Jet fuel isn't cheap. Just pick that sucker up and drive it. Yeah. So can I find any videos on TikTok of you dancing? Is that what's on your?
No. I used to try to dance.
Yeah.
I don't drink that much anymore.
Yeah.
But when I was in my 20s, I used to drink.
Yeah.
And after like a 6-pack of beer, I would think I knew how to dance.
You would think?
Yeah, because it would feel like I knew what I was doing. But then the next day I will see like videos and stuff and like, oh man.
That didn't look like
I don't look like what it was feeling like.
They call it the liquid courage for a reason, huh? You thought you were Superman.
Yeah. Or the super dancer. Yeah, but no, I don't dance. One of my friends says that I have no rhythm at all. I remember one time when it first came out, like the Xbox, it had that sensor that you can see your body.
Oh yeah.
And it had that game where you can dance. I don't know if you remember that.
It seemed like a lot of those games had like, I don't know who started it because they had something like that for the PlayStation. They had something like that for the. You know what? Really, now to think about, it, maybe we kind of started that whole integration.
Yeah. Like with the movement of your body.
And I think everybody kind of did their own rendition of that because then a lot longer than that, you had the dance games. Then you had like the the Rock Band and stuff. And like you play the Guitar Hero and Rock Band, and one that was really cool that was on PlayStation was like the Beat Saber game. You ever played that? Well, like it's like you have like these little joysticks that are like lightsabers, and you gotta like it's kind of like Guitar Hero almost, but with lightsabers. And you gotta like hit the notes or something with the.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man, it was fun as crap.
They're addictive.
Yeah, you start getting the rhythm, and you just.
Yeah, but with the dance,
and it's like you have the VR headset on, so it's like you know.
Oh, okay.
Like, yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, but with the dancing one, I couldn't hit the moves.
Yeah,
you know. So I just realized I'm not good at dancing. So
that's okay, man. Yeah. We're all good at something, right?
Yeah, and sometimes we're not good at some stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's okay. I mean, I believe that all that stuffs are skills. So how much time are you willing to spend committing to, like, is that something you want to pursue? So I don't think I'm a bad dancer because I just was born like that. Some people may or may not, but I believe that everybody could become a good dancer. Like I could become a good dancer if I wanted to. You know what I mean? I just don't want to pursue that. It doesn't make sense to me. You know what I mean?
When you think of like skills or different like talents and stuff, I think that everybody starts off at a certain level. So it's like, depending on the level, you start off naturally. Like, am I willing to invest the time to become a good, let's just say I'm like real terrible. Like how many hours, and it takes me a long time to catch on. I feel like it's that way with everything, depending on what I'm good at and what I'm not good at. Stuff I'm more naturally good at. I don't have to, I'm not starting from as much of a deficit as this other category.
Exactly.
So it's like, am I gonna really use, like, what is this gonna benefit me in? Am I starting a dance channel on YouTube? You know what I'm saying?
Like, do I enjoy it?
Yeah.
Do I really care? It's like, nah, not really. So
I kind of think of that when I think about golf. I'm like, I don't know, man. I was like, am I? People always say, oh yeah, it's a great networking tool. Like, a lot of money is made on a golf course, but it's like, man, I don't know how long this is gonna take me to like really get.
Oh man.
And I was talking to this other realtor that's a great friend of mine at a networking event, and he was like, it took me a few years to realize, you were saying the same thing about networking and golfing, and he was like, I just realized that I'm a terrible golfer. He was like, I just need to sell houses and do something. It was like, it's not worth it for me.
It's just like if something matches, like your interest and you enjoy it, and then you're on top of that, you're kind of good at it. You just need to work a little bit. It kind of like makes sense. You know what I mean? So that's what I think. That's where like the magic happens, when like all those things connect.
Yeah. So the last time I attempted to golf, I blame it on the golf clubs because I bought them from an estate sale and I'm tall. So I was like, maybe I didn't have long enough clubs. So I was hitting the green pretty much, most of the day. I managed to hit myself in the head with a golf ball. Yeah, the way I hit the ball, I made it come up and hit myself in the head. And the same day, I broke my driver too. And I haven't picked up clubs since. It's been like maybe 2 years ago. I haven't touched them since. So I don't know. Maybe after that day, I was like, you know what? I don't know. I'm gonna take a little break.
Yeah.
Who knows? I might pick it up again later and mess around with it. I don't know, but And then I was kind of thinking, I like tennis. It's good exercise. Seemed like I could maybe catch on to that faster than golf, but then I started to think about my knees. I'm like, man, you know what?
I used to run. I don't run anymore because of the same thing.
The knees.
The knees, yeah.
I heard, pickleball is getting so popular, and guess what? The knee injuries are so much more prevalent in pickleball. I guess because it's the short stops and stuff. I hear it's so many people having injuries from pickleball. I'm like, I'm glad I had you. Because all the realtors like pickleball realtor this, pickleball realtor that. I'm like, I haven't yet to play it.
What sport did you play when you were little that you like?
Man, to be honest with you, I didn't really get into sports because my brother and I were like 5 years apart, and he played like basketball and other stuff. They played basketball more so than anything in my neighborhood, but it was kind of like the age gap, and I was the little brother that got on his nerves, so he would leave me and go play basketball with stuff, and I'd be like playing with my recoils or something like that. So I didn't really get into sports for real, and I tried like football in high school. Didn't really work out with that. I went through like the whole summer training, lifting weights and all that. But I always had like head problems. Like I got headaches and I was allergic to grass. So one day my eyes got like super red from the grass, and I was like, you know what, I quit. I was like, forget it. And I just let it go.
So what is one thing that you like to do, like a hobby or something?
Hobby? Man, the longer I'm an entrepreneur, it's harder to figure out what my hobby is. It seems that business is my hobby because it takes up most of my time these days. But most of the stuff I like to do is the wife and I like to try new restaurants, go out, coffee shops, estate sales, nice downtown areas. Walk through neighborhoods, look at real estate.
Yeah. Well, that's a really good idea because especially because like you're the type of real estate agent that you like to concentrate in local business. So you can be like the expert of Rockwall County, or what's your area?
Rockwall, Hunt County.
Rockwall County and Hunt County? Okay, cool. Yeah, so you know what I mean? So like that could be your thing. You can do like
car shows too. We really like car shows. Yeah, I done got her. She likes classic cars. I like foreign cars and some classic cars, but car shows too. Yeah.
Have you seen that Facebook group? It's called coffee and cars.
Cars and coffee. Yeah, I've been to a few of those.
Yeah. Those are fun.
Oh yeah, I like those. I missed the last one. I think I forgot what I was doing. Something with trying to get my yard done or something.
Yeah.
And I hadn't started up my lawnmower forever because usually I have my yard guy to do it. So I was like all day trying to get my lawnmower to start. I changed out the spark plug, didn't work, still not turning over. I freaking took the carburetor apart, put it back together, cleaned it out, and stuff still not doing crap. I was like, forget this. I lost like a whole day, missed cars and coffee and everything. I just bought one of those DeWalt electric lawnmowers. I hadn't tried it out yet, but the grass is about to grow back, so I'm gonna see what it's talking about. You put the 220-volt battery packs in.
Yeah.
Dude, I got it for like, I went to like the flea market and I got one for like $85. Those things are like $600 new, something like that.
Yeah.
I was like, it still runs, it still works fine. I was like, I'm gonna try it out.
And how much do you get it for?
$85.
85?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. I have both. And it's weird. It's hard to explain. Because I use both, because I use the electrical one first, and then it runs, like I can do like the front yard, but then it runs out of battery once I start doing the backyard.
You just gotta get you some more battery packs, man. Get you like 20.
Right, that's what I was thinking. Just like getting another one.
Yeah.
But then so I just start running the gas one, and it's a little heavier.
Yeah.
And it's harder to
Thing
start.
is freaking light. That electric, I was like, man, this thing is light.
It's light.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like,
it's quiet too. It's like,
it's quiet, but it starts like when it feels like when it's getting closer to bigger grass. Does it feel like it struggles?
It feels like it starts going faster, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Which one do you have? Which brand? I don't know. I think it's Toro. Toro.
Okay, I think I've seen those.
Yeah.
And I got a gas weed eater though. Even though I hadn't started that up, I went over there.
Oh, I hate
it started right up, boy. I was like,
hey, the gas. I got one too.
Yeah,
I wish I had an electric one there.
Yeah.
Yes,
why?
for sure. Because they're heavy. So after a while,
and it vibrates like crazy.
Because you have that heavy stop right here. Yeah. So after a while, you kind of like start getting, wear out.
Yeah.
So you start getting tired because you have to hold it a certain way to hit that edge.
Yep.
So, and then it starts, I don't know about an electric one, but I'm sure it's going to have like a better design.
Oh, yes.
But the gas ones, they just like throw all that stuff in your face.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that?
You got to have that safety glasses.
Or like if it throw it, like, I don't know. A friend of mine that works for does that.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's not too bad. I just kind of make sure I don't know. I don't have too much worries with it coming, but I do have my safety glasses on so something don't get thrown in my eye. But it's not too bad.
I got allergies too. I wear a mask.
Yep, I got a respirator. From back when I used to work fuel tanks, I just grab that sucker, put some fresh cartridges.
And after I'm done, I still sneeze and my eyes are itchy. So.
But that sucker vibrates like it's like
yeah. When you're done, your arm is numb.
Oh man.
Yeah.
But you know what's funny? When I was a kid, for some reason, I was like obsessed with lawnmowers. Like I love lawnmowers. I had like a bunch of play lawnmowers. The neighbor across the street, I used to beg him, let me help you cut the yard. But now I don't like, you would have think I would have started a landscaping business or something. Like, I don't know what it was when I was a kid. I was so fascinated with lawnmowers and weed eaters. Like, I would look through the sales ads and like look at the Honda lawn. Like, dude, I was weird. I don't know. And I grew up like I hate doing the yard now.
So now you hate it.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
That's funny. Dang. That is funny. I like using the chainsaw, for example. Like cutting big trees, you know, just like.
I never cut down the tree. I don't know. That make me a little paranoid. I don't know which way to. Well, depending on how big the tree is.
Dude, I have like a little. I used to have a big chainsaw, but it broke. So I got a little one where I just cut the limbs that are sticking out. And sometimes I'll cut some limbs like this big around, not that big, maybe like this long.
Yeah.
When they fall down, they're heavy.
You hear that thing?
So now can you imagine like a real tree like this big?
Dude, it's trees that take up most, well, even, you know, the trunk that is just.
I'm just talking about
massive.
Regular neighborhood tree like this big, you know, and then this tall.
Yeah, that's like 20 feet tall. Like if it falls, like you're done.
There gotta be like, I don't know, like if you cut a tree like this, like a trunk this big, you're probably looking at 200-300 pounds. Easy. Dude.
Oh, that's just a bunch of wood. That's what it is. Like a big solid cylinder of wood.
You know,
it's not like a little board. It's like it's like a cylinder of wood that you pretty much cut.
It feels like it's like, you know, like 2x4s, so you just pick them up.
Yeah.
But it's like it feels like a bunch of
2x4s
are like compressed.
Yeah,
you know?
together.
Yeah, no, it's dangerous. You have to be careful.
A buddy of mine has a tree trimming business. He told me about they have these pants that are like Kevlar pants, like to help, like if the chainsaw falls to stop the chainsaw, like $500 a pair or something like that.
It's worth it.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah, definitely. But the funny thing about him, he bought some. He's short, but he's like a little rock. He's built like a little rock. He bought some, and his legs couldn't fit into it because he's so solid. His legs couldn't fit into him. There was like skinny jeans on him or something like that. So he said he had to give them to one of his workers.
Yeah, dang. What's his business? What's his name?
It's Brown's Tree Trimming, I believe.
Okay.
My buddy Brandon.
Oh,
shout out to Brandon.
Yeah. Is he local?
Yeah. He lives in Formersville.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not far.
Cool. Yeah. So, I mean, I like that. I just hate the freaking allergies, man.
Yeah.
Like,
I respect the tree trimming for sure. Having to, like, that's a damn, like, I pay you, man. You do your thing. And,
yeah.
You know, it's amazing just to watch the guys, you know, that just really got it down pat. They cut that thing, they have it on a rope, and they just grab it with the rope and let that thing. Boy, those boys be bad.
And they have the chainsaw like hanging. You know? Like they have the whole thing going on. So, yeah, and it's expensive.
But think about the risk.
Yeah.
Think about what you don't have to deal with, and think about how dangerous it is too.
Yeah.
Besides the danger, like doing something wrong and it falling on the house or it falling on you, or
well, at least they don't have to worry about AI taking their job, right?
I don't know. The tree trimming robot, Elon might make a robot with a chainsaw.
Have you seen those lawnmowers?
That just what do you call it? That just telescopes and then just hugs it.
Just a laser from the sky. Fuck.
I thought I was safe. Oh man.
Have you seen those lawnmowers that are like robots?
Yeah.
Like
the remote control joints?
Yeah.
Those are cool.
They have sensors, they know where to go, and they come back to their base when they're running.
I might buy one of them next. Just, all right, go boy. Set it loose. All right, it's about time to go.
Man, that would be nice. You don't even have to think about it.
No.
You just set it up, cut the yard once a week. Boom. Yeah. Forget about it. Done.
Man, this stuff is making it so lazy.
Are you using any of that stuff for your business?
AI? A little bit. Man, I don't trust AI like that, man. I think people trust it too much. I think.
What do you mean? Like in what way?
I think I don't trust giving just letting my entire personality just float out like that. Like I think it's gonna be a lot of legal issues that people run into later. Like man, just having my personality just floating out there. It's almost the same reason why I don't want to do the whole DNA thing. Just having my DNA floating out there. But it's like people give like the AI, like they learn a whole persona. I'm like, bro, like
Really?
you could be out there writing the, you know, somebody can. It's so many hackers and stuff. And not only that, I feel like when people lean into AI too much, they limit like their creative ability. They start to depend on that rather than, you know, leaning into their own creativity. So I feel like they start not to use a part of their brain or start not to be as creative as they should be because they're like, oh, I can just get AI to make this for me. So I think it kind of handicapped. I think it seems like all technology is leaning towards dumbing us down a little bit. Oh, as time goes by, we have to be less dependent. I mean, like even now, like, you know, for like the agriculture age and stuff, the machines and stuff, like they're giving us so much more advances. But like now to get a workout, like it's good and bad to everything, right? But like now to get a workout, I have to go to gym and artificially like make my body, you know, think it's working out because the work I do isn't hard enough to like burn like real calories like that. Like
that's an interesting way to look at it.
Yeah. But it's like I feel like it takes, you know, a little bit at a time. It's pros and cons to everything though, so it's like give take. But I think we're getting more to the end of like the extreme where like we're losing out on that aspect of humanity that God put in us. But what are your thoughts on AI?
Man, I don't know. I feel like it's out of my control.
Yeah.
So I don't like to think about it too much. Sometimes it freaks me out. I'm not gonna lie.
It's trippy.
Yeah.
But now they got it to the point where like it's gonna become a eventually where it's gonna be hard for you to tell like by video is that like they're gonna be like Lewis like pulled a gun on that dude like hold up I didn't do that like I got a video of you doing it right here.
That's like, what I'm scared about.
But already some of the videos now, you know, you see the watermark and stuff, but it's kind of like that almost look real. Like 10 years from now, like they can put a crime on me.
You show a video like that kind of video to somebody 10, 20 years ago, they will think it's real. They wouldn't know the difference.
Man, like Lewis stole that car. I got him on video right here. Like, dang, he stole that Hellcat. Like, we're gonna put you in jail, right? Like, the government gonna be able to pin crimes.
Well, there's already lawsuits because this weird guy, got his ex or some girl into some like the face of the girl into like some porn videos. And then the girl sued the guy, like, what the hell are you? And then he was like sending the videos to people.
Bro,
and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It was like, man, that's weird.
It's some trippy stuff. Like one of the ladies that's over our EXP group, she told me about this website called thispersondoesn'texist.com. You type, like, it'll generate an image of a person that don't exist. Like a picture of a human.
What?
Yeah. You can like make you a little scam or something. Like it's some crazy stuff.
Those are the things that are like weird. You know what I mean? I use it like for like search engine. Cause like when I used to Google stuff, it won't give me like the exact thing that I'm looking for.
Right.
So, and I couldn't describe it, you know, like and you're gonna search and you're looking for something like
I think it only goes back so far though. What is it, like 2022 or something like that? Which I'm sure they'll get it more as it advances, they'll get more up to date.
But what I'm saying is like when you go on search bar and you're using AI, it's like you're talking, like if I was talking to you and describing something like, hey, what is this movie that I watched the other day that it came out 2 years ago? And, and you know, like, I don't know, Ryan Reynolds came out on it. What's the name of it? You know, they were doing this, and that. Oh, you're talking about this, and that. So it kind of like talks back to you instead of just giving you a bunch of random answers, and then you have to go through all of them and see if one of them matches. You know what I mean? So it's like more, you can talk to it more directly like a person instead of having to figure out how to talk to it. If that makes sense. Yeah,
that makes sense. So for me, a couple of ways I like to use it in my business. Like I'm creating a list and description. Like for most people don't read through that anyway. But so I'm dead serious. Like, bro, it was in the description. But most people don't read through that. But, it might take you like maybe, 20 minutes to come up with a good, compelling listing description. What I do is I type in all the important property details that I, I'm focusing on. Hey, create a listing description for the following house on 5 acres. It has a beautiful open concept. It has granite countertops, things like that. And then it'll kind of spit it out. I'd be like, create me another one. And maybe I take things from both of them and kind of make my own deal or, tweak it to make it more, something I would actually say. But that's one of the ways I like to use it. Another way I like to use it is, let's say I'm writing an article. I have it correct all the grammatical and punctual errors in it, but I won't have it to write it for me like most people do. Hey, write me an article. Yeah, I wrote the article. I want you to correct some stuff, and I want you to make it sound a little more polished. But I don't have it hey, write me a luxury real estate article.
Well, and a lot of people just copy and paste, right? Even though it's AI, you still got to read it.
Yep.
Make sure it sounds good. Yep. And it sounds like that's something, because it's going to, at the end of the day, people think it's coming from you. So you got to make sure that it represents you. You know what I mean? And then it probably changed a few things, because it sounds too AI still, sounds too it's not a human sometimes, you know what I mean? You can tell. So I would change a few things.
Sometimes it'll use words like that, not necessarily big words, but words that I'm trying to think of a word that he used that I'm like, I don't never say that word.
Right, exactly.
I'm like, let me take that out.
Yeah, exactly.
Ambiance. I don't use ambiance. That's just throwing something out there. I was like, I don't use that word. Take that out. Put some more Daniel-like flavor to it.
Right? Have you seen the Bigfoot ones?
No.
You haven't? Oh, shit. Let me pull one up.
What is it when you say Bigfoot, when you talking about on Chat GPT?
I don't know. A friend of mine has been sending me a lot.
Oh, a blog.
Like that. Have you seen them?
No.
All right, check it out, dude. Let's go.
Good morning, boys.
See?
I dropped some crazy riz on the huzz last night.
Oh, I think I seen one of these while I was scrolling through IG.
Good morning, boys.
Bro, but look how realistic that looks.
Dude.
Imagine you're not
they said something crazy.
But this is the thing. At the core, what it's really doing is it's gonna be harder and harder to discern what truth is. So it's like that truth element is being pulled. The thread of truth is just being pulled away.
That's what's scary. That's what's scary.
Yeah. It's what's true? What's real?
Even a few years ago, 2-3 years ago, have you seen those conspiracy theories that Biden was wearing a mask, or this politician is this, or he's not really that person, or
hey, my friend as a conspiracy theorist says, there's always some truth to those conspiracies.
Dude. So now you have this, and it's now how can you tell for sure?
But think about this. They say that the government is 20 years ahead. I think they're probably further than that as far as us on technology.
Oh, yeah.
What's in the public. They're probably further along than that.
They already had this technology.
Oh, yeah. Probably 98. AI. Or maybe they had it in the 70s, but it was black and white.
That is crazy. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah. Wow.
The SUV UFOs that were happening in New York. What was it, last year?
Oh, yeah. Have you heard SUV UFOs?
SUV size UFOs.
How close did they get?
They were flying around the buildings, and the government came out and said that they were in fact ours or something like that. Yeah, you didn't see
No,
that?
I didn't. Look, man, I don't watch a whole lot. My news usually comes like the gleanings from social media, the little remnants of what somebody. I don't watch too much of the news.
Well, you know, when I was growing up, I see my dad watching news all the time, and I was like, "What do you like to watch that?" I never found it amusing or interesting, and I never watched like news like on TV, like Channel 5, at 8 or 5 or 10. I never did. But now kind of news kind of like come to you on social media without you even really looking for it, so you'll find something interesting like, oh shit, this happened, like what?
But it's like you have to fact check that stuff, but look, this is what I do whenever I see that stuff. I'm like, man, did you know this and that? I'm like, I don't know if it's true or not. I ain't have time to fact check it, and then you do not have the time to go and fact check all this stuff, but I'm like, it's interesting though, right? That's how I be like, ooh, there's a few slides on IG with some music. Might be true.
Or just some people don't even read the article, right? They just read the headline.
Glean it.
And they're like, oh shit.
I knew Obama was the Antichrist. I knew it. I told y'all. Like, what?
Oh, man. Yeah. No, you have to. That's why I don't have like a strong view about anything unless I like really like dig into it.
Yeah, because there's so many layers. It's like what the media shows you, but it's like, what's the full story here? It's like, this is what we want you to see. Like, look at this. Like,
it's so crazy. A lot of people have strong views
because of all
without even knowing.
They ain't researched
nothing,
and they get so angry
whenever you show them like, hey, well, actually, this is what it is. No, I heard this from so and so. So it's just like, yeah. And sometimes, like people that you could trust, they might be wrong too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So you just
gotta do your diligence, man.
Realize that. You just be more humble and don't get married to your ideas.
It's not the American way, Lewis. What are you talking about?
Well, at least that's what I try to do. Try not to get married to my ideas. I try to like listen to the other person side of things. You know what I mean? Because it might be, there's two sides of the coin.
Yeah.
So you only look at one, and the other person looking at the other side. So
and to get truth, you have to have the full picture.
Yeah,
that's something I'm learning more and more. It could be your loved one. They tell you their side of the story, but it's like you only got one side, but then you hear the whole thing. You're like, well, and then they body language start changing when that other person, like, bro, like, but you told me, well, I'm like, come on, man. you played victim when you was talking to me on the phone.
I forgot to mention this.
Yeah. Oh, you left that part out. Yeah. When you threw the table through the window. Okay, yeah. We ain't gonna talk about that. No wonder he mad. I'll be mad too. Oh man, funny. People are interesting.
Remind me, how many kids do you have?
I have one, and you have, hold up. Is it 3?
Yep.
Okay. Now I can't tell your names. I know one of them a boy.
No, it's 3 girls.
3 girls?
Yeah.
Ooh, God bless you. 4 women in one house. And
Yes.
That's tough.
So how old is your baby?
He's a year and some change.
Okay.
I don't do all that month counting stuff now since we did 12 months. I'm like, he a year. And then, like,
I used
13
to tell that
months,
to my
14
wife
months.
all the
I'm like, man, I ain't got time for all that. He a year. He'll be 2 years next year. That's it. I ain't counting no more months. Months was until you got to a year.
Like, what is 13 months?
I'm like, man, get out of here. Do we count our months now? How many months am I? I mean, I'm 31 years old. Do the math on that. How many months is there? Hold on, let's for the crap of it. Let's look this up. Hold up. How many? And this is gonna be a Porty joke now. Months are in 31 years. Ooh, I'm old, boy. I'm old. See if you can guess.
Shoot. 4,000.
Dang, ain't that old? I can tell you ain't a math guy. You just gotta remember a few percent.
No, I mean
like me.
400.
372.25.
I don't know why I said 4,000. I added one more zero in my head. I was multiplying.
Taxes.
I was multiplying by 100 instead of tens.
I'm gonna make sure you pay me the money instead of as opposed to something else. Just have you give me the money. You always give me more than you need.
How many months is it?
400? I thought you said $4,000. 372.254 months. Well, man, how old you is, man? I'm like 372 months old. You feel me? I'm the old man.
That's 31.
Yeah,
That's 31.
how old you?
I'm gonna turn. How old do you think I'm gonna turn?
Man, you about 57. I'm just. I was just clowning with you. You told me this before, but I don't remember. Let me see if I can guess. You about 34?
Yep.
Go
Turning 35. Yeah, you got it.
Hello, how many months? Are in
35.
You want to round it up? Okay.
Yeah,
Roll, man.
35 in October.
Woo!
How much is that? Over 400?
You old, boy. You 420.287 months old.
Dang.
Oh, man. Don't be trying to steal my Porty joke.
Well, you know, I heard this other joke about age that they should refer it to as a level. So instead of saying I'm 34 years old, I'm in level 34.
Yeah. Yes.
I love that.
Yeah.
It gets hotter as you get older.
Leveling up. Boy, that boss, when you get by 87, like, ooh, these styles, the style boss.
Oh, man.
Gotta beat that style boss, boy.
Sounds cooler, too, you know? Level 35.
Like, man, that style boss, man, he get me every time. Oh, man.
Oh, shit. Oh, dang.
Man, I didn't plan on crying today. But here we are.
Well, I'm glad your day got better.
Yeah. Man, I don't stay down for long. It's no fun.
No. You just got to keep moving.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gotta keep rolling. Entrepreneurship is like when I was little fighting my big brother. You know what that was like?
I was the big brother.
So look, when I was little fighting my big brother, he had the reach advantage, 5 years old. I have to
I was
run into all his
4 years
punches
older than mine.
just to get.
Yeah.
That's how being an entrepreneur is. You gotta step into all of it.
Yeah. You learn some jiu-jitsu, huh?
Oh man.
Get him from the back.
Wait till you watch TV. Put that chokehold on. Let me hanging.
Oh man.
So how many siblings did you grow up with?
One. I have one brother.
One brother?
Yeah. I'm 4 years older than him.
Okay, so I grew up with my brother and I have different dads, but we're close. We're not close to our other siblings. He has a sister on his dad's side. I have a brother and a possible sister on my dad's side, but they're older than me. But his sister is younger than him, and we didn't grow up with none of them. To this day, we still don't really.
So you kind of just grew up with him together.
Same house. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, kind of like me and my brother.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool. Do you still talk and hang out and stuff?
Oh yeah, I talk to my brother all the time. At least a few times a month.
Where do you stay at?
He's in Alabama now. He was in Memphis, but he lives in Alabama now.
Oh, that's
so he's right there with mom's. Yep.
Yeah, that's a drive away.
Yep. Like 8.5 hours.
Yeah. Do you hang out often or?
Well, whenever I'm down. Yeah. Whenever I'm down, which usually at least once a year. For Christmas, we'll stay like a week and maybe some trips in between, but usually it's at least Christmas. Yep.
Does he have any kids?
Not yet. No, not yet.
So you're the first
I'm
one?
the first. I had to beat him at something. Oh man, I wasn't really good at much growing up. So my brother, he was like catch on the stuff. So
So he was like, you said that he played soccer. And
no, he played basketball in like the neighborhood
and football.
A little bit around the neighborhood.
Yeah.
But he can like pick up anything, video games, drawing, like anything. He can like pick it up and like, learn it. And, yeah.
And you were more like not really outgoing, that kind of thing?
Yeah, I wasn't like as quick as picking up. Yeah, I was more of a homebody. I wasn't as quick as picking up stuff. Yeah. I was a little quitter. I really was. Yeah.
In which way? Like you were like get really like easily bored with stuff or?
I don't think it was easily bored. Now that I look back, I think even then, I think at the core I was a perfectionist, and because it wasn't going the way I wanted to, right when I started, I'm like, oh, forget this, man, and I just go on to the next thing on it. So that's kind of what it was with me.
That kind of makes sense. Yeah, I can see that. So that's why you like to have like your own business, because you call the shots.
Yeah, I could try to figure it out. And
you have to have control of how things are run.
Yep.
Yeah. I think I saw your video today, like your short. You were talking about that you were thinking about people taking their lunch and taking as much as possible.
Oh yeah, the ownership, the one about ownership.
Yeah.
So when I was an employee, I was comparing the difference between like taking lunch as an employee versus taking lunch as a business owner. So I was an employee. In all transparency, wasn't right, but I would take my sweet time, taking my lunch.
Right.
And I wouldn't leave the lunchroom before my lunch was over. I wait till the bell ring, then I leave the lunchroom.
Right.
But as an entrepreneur, like I probably don't even take an hour lunch no more. I'm like, right. I'm back to the computer. Or if I even make it, like lunch at 12, don't even have it most days. Maybe it's 1:30, maybe it's 3. Some days I make 12, but it's like I'm trying to do stuff. I got people to meet. I got emails to send. I got stuff to figure out, and it's my business. It directly affects me. Whether or not because it's like when you're an employee, whether or not you get back from lunch on time, it don't affect my paycheck unless I get fired. But it don't affect my paycheck none, because it affects the company time and what they're being charged per man hour. But when I'm working in my business, I'm directly affecting the work I'm inputting and what I'm able to accomplish, because that's a direct hit to my man hours, because I am the business. I'm the only person in the business. So
right. Yeah.
Different ball game.
So what do you use to schedule yourself?
Schedule myself? So I just have certain tasks that I usually set out to do each day. I don't have like the only thing I have like reoccurring in my calendar is like in the mornings I have a block like 5 a.m. to 9 where I work out and I pray and stuff. But other than that, I don't have like anything scheduled unless like a lunch meeting or something come up. Other than that, the things I have scheduled, let's say like for instance on Tuesday, I plan out my weekly email and that gets scheduled to go out Thursday. On Monday, I'm shooting like some content. So I like have certain days that I do particular things before. It's like I'm not as detail oriented to have it like down like that would like drive me crazy. That like I'm
down to the minute.
I'm too free of a person to be that constricted to where like I'm like I got everything like blocked out. That makes me cringe. Some guys like, yeah, I got every hour blocked. I'm like, no, can't do that.
So you don't have like a calendar where you have like certain things marked out.
Nothing besides, like I said, like
you just have your like routine,
right?
Say,
right,
yeah.
Or like if a meeting or an event is happening that day, boom, it's in the calendar. Other than that, I have certain days I do things like Monday, I shoot some content. Tuesday, I'm planning out my email. Wednesday, Wisdom Wednesday, and just catch up on emails and stuff. Let's see, Thursday.
So how do you decide what days you're gonna do what?
I kind of spread it out in a way where I'm not trying to cram too much into one day, and it also leaves room where I'm able to have meetings or do different things within those days, so that it doesn't affect the other. But
do you decide it the day before or like a week before,
or? You're gonna have to break that down a little more.
Or do you just like go with the flow, kind of like, oh, today I think I can do a video and meet this person, and then I got pictures to take on this listing.
Okay, so
like that day,
right?
Do you figure it out that day, or do you plan your day like the day before?
Right. So every day, every night, I'm always making a list of what I have to do the next day. So that's what I do in reference to that. Before it's like videos, I have like Monday. That's the day I do like the shorts you see. And once I start doing my other long form tour videos, that's gonna be probably on Thursday when I do that. So that's something that'll just be set. But everything else, like for us, like let's say I got pictures for a listing. Like the day before, I'm like, okay, I gotta get pictures for a listing done. I gotta get this contract executed and all that. I'm playing that the night before for that day. If I have something that comes up during that day, I usually don't try to work it into my schedule. That's gonna be tomorrow's objective, unless it's something that's just on fire and it can't. Yeah. Other than that, I try to do it that way so that I'm not pushing the stuff back that should be done today to the next day, and then you have this perpetual to-do. It's the micro habits that make big habits later. So it's like making sure that if it's something that comes up today that goes on tomorrow, because I need to worry about what's going on today rather than this thing that just came up. This is something that just came up, so that can wait till tomorrow unless it's an emergency.
Right.
If I keep allowing stuff that just comes up to come into today's schedule, then eventually I'm putting stuff off that needs to be done today.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And that's what I was trying to understand. Yeah. Like, how
it creates a habit of me pushing stuff back.
Yeah.
And then something is just going to keep getting pushed back in the file cabinet and not getting addressed.
Yeah, exactly.
But it starts off small.
And then it becomes a problem.
Yeah.
Right? Then it becomes.
Then I got this whole list of stuff that I didn't get done because I keep addressing these today issues. Well, let's see what we call these whatever you want to call issues that just pop up out the blue that day. Tomorrow, we'll call them tomorrow issues. If I keep putting these tomorrow issues in today, I never finish today's issues.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
So that's kind of how I do my scheduling. How about you? How do you like to?
Oh man, I have OCD.
You're the spreadsheet guy.
Kind of. I have Google Google Calendar, and then they let you like block like each hour. So I kind of like, I don't think I'm that bad.
Let me see your calendar.
I kind of like, I see. Here, I'll give you.
You said I don't think I'm that bad. The whole thing's like.
Yeah, kind of.
brush teeth, wash face.
Kind of like that. I
Check
just have
email.
like my workouts.
Uh-huh.
I have like the time that I gotta work.
Okay, yours isn't too bad. You're not like
and then this is
Ryan
like open,
Serhant or
you know what
nothing
I
where
mean?
he's like I forget how what he said every 10 sec some crazy system he has.
Yeah, like I don't have it down to the minute.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's something, it's like not perfect, then it's fine. So basically my mindset is based on what's important to me, I'm going to block that time for that. So like, for example, working out is important to me. I block that time.
Definitely.
Because it's if I put it on the calendar, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
If it's not on the calendar,
It don't
probably
exist.
not gonna
It don't man, if it ain't on the calendar, it don't even exist.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So do you work every day? Work out every day?
Do I work out every day? No. So whenever I'm having a good week, I work out 3 times a week. Is my normal split, but most here lately has been like I gotten back up to 2 days a week, which eventually go back to 3 days a week because I kind of got off because I had a neck injury. But
Oh shoot.
But yeah, 3 days a week is all I really need for the most part, unless I want to get an extra cardio day in or something. But I can pretty much hit everything in 3 days that I need.
So you do like a full body workout?
So this is my split. Because I try to spend as less days in the gym as possible. There was a time where like I had it more split out and I was more intense about it. But now in my older, wiser age, I prefer to keep it more
In
condensed.
your 300 and some months.
372 months, sir. Point something. But I try to keep it as condensed as possible. So I do legs one day. That's a day. Another day I do tries, chest, shoulders. Is that what I do? Yeah, tries, chest, shoulders. And my other day I do back, biceps, and rear delt. I like to get a rear delts a little extra. You can always hit the rear delts a little more, but that's it. That's my split. Yeah.
Cool. I kind of like the same. I do legs on Monday.
Yeah, I like to get them out the way.
Yeah, I get them out the way.
Yeah.
Then I do.
And you have more energy at the beginning of the week. You boy, them lit.
Well,
legs.
I take off. So I take off Saturday and Sunday. I don't work out Saturday
Me
and
neither.
Sunday. So I do
Every now and
Monday.
then I lose my mind and do some cardio, but that's rare. But yeah, usually not. Unless I done got fat. Like I done got a little bit over my normal range. I'm like, oh, I got to go in for some overtime.
Do you weigh yourself every day?
No, I don't have to anymore.
Okay.
I used to weigh myself every day whenever I was like first on my weight loss journey. I was trying to lose weight, but now I'm pretty dialed in to where like for the most part, like 5 pound tolerance. Like,
So how do you
195 to
know?
200.
Do you like the way that your clothes fit?
I can usually look at my definition and tell like I need to chill out a little bit. I'd be like those lines look a little faint.
Do you pay attention on your protein intake?
I never have tracked protein, even when I was like in the building muscle. I never really like tracked. I just ate and worked out. Yeah.
Huh.
Maybe if I did, I might have gained more muscle. I don't know. I just ate and worked out, man. And whenever I was first started getting in and like working out and stuff, I was in high school, so I wasn't really able to afford like a whole lot of supplements and stuff. So I had protein every now and then, but nothing consistent. Never got on creatine and nothing like that. So it was mostly just eating and working out.
Yeah.
That's it. Letting the body do the rest.
Yeah. So, and then on Tuesday, I do, let me see if I remember right. I do chest and back.
You one of those push pullers.
Yep. Yep. And then on Wednesday, I go for a walk.
Okay.
So I don't, it's like my rest day, but not really. So I just walk.
That's good.
Thursday, I do legs again. And then Friday, I do arms and shoulders.
That's good. So you got 2 leg days in there.
2 leg days.
You trying to get that extra testosterone?
I'm trying to lose some weight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good though. You release all that testosterone, and also you burn a lot of calories.
Trying to burn a lot of calories. Yeah. And another thing that I didn't, because my brother, he has like a 6-pack and the whole thing and everything. So he's the one I'm taking advice from. Because I was like, dude, the way I was working out, I was working out every day.
Yeah.
And I will burn out. And then I would just not go to the gym like for a month.
Nah, you want to do something that's sustainable.
Exactly. So I was like, dude, help me out. Like, how often do I need to go to the gym and still be able to grow muscle? He's like, dude, you just need to go like 4 days a week.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, what does that look like? And then he just told me the how I go to the gym. That's how he told me to go. And I've been doing that, and I feel great.
Yeah.
You know, because I don't feel like even when I don't feel like going, let's say it's on Friday, and I'm like, man, I really don't feel like going. I'm tired, I'm sore. But it's like, okay, it's my last day.
Yeah.
This is the last day, and then I get to chill for 2 days. So I don't feel that pressure of it. It's just like a mental thing. I'm okay with going one more day. Just one more day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then after I go, then I feel great. I'm like, okay, I'm done. I can chill. And another thing that I was doing wrong, it was not eating enough protein. And I didn't know what food was high on protein.
Yeah.
But I did my research, and now it's like, I used to, because he told me based on my weight, I need to eat at least 180 grams of protein. And I didn't know that. So I started like looking for food, and at first it was really, really hard because protein is really fulfilling.
Yes.
So if you eat like a meal of protein, you're full.
Oh yeah.
5 eggs in the morning, that's 25 grams of protein. It's a
That's
lot of food.
You ain't even there yet.
And you don't even feel hungry like for the rest of the day until like lunch or something. So it's like, it was really hard for me to eat that much protein because I wasn't used to it. But now it's like, oh, I know what I need to eat. So now I figure out ways. And I used to be like, at lunchtime, I only got 50 grams of protein. How am I going to eat another 130 grams? Like, dude.
So do you notice a difference since you eat all that protein?
Oh, yeah.
I wonder about that, man, because you know, like, it's like the age of information and more stuff, because it's like your body can only absorb so much protein. It can't even, so I don't know, man. I always wonder about that.
So I looked it up. I did a lot of research, and I found, so they were saying, and again, I look a lot of research, and I make sure that they're saying kind of like the same thing. They're not all going to agree on everything.
Definitely.
But basically what I heard was that it's okay if you eat more protein than you need to. So basically what I do is I have my Fitness Pal. It's an app that you download. It lets you scan your food and stuff like that, or just log it in. It'll keep track of how much protein you eat.
So does it like scan it with AI?
No, like scan the barcode. It'll probably do it pretty soon. It's coming.
Yeah.
So you track the food, and then after I hit my 180 calories, or 180 grams rather, of protein, I don't count anymore. I'm like, okay, I hit my 180. So if I eat like a pizza or ice cream or something, then it's just like extra. But I just trying to hit my 180 calorie grams of protein, and then after that, I'm good.
Do you feel stronger versus when you weren't eating the
Yes. Yeah. Way different.
You squat in the house now, huh?
I do feel the difference.
Yeah.
I do feel the difference, especially like I'm not as sore, and I'm not as sore for as long as I used to.
You got the stuff to rebuild that muscle.
Yes. So it made a difference. So
I wonder what would have happened if I did that.
I'm sure you're already eating enough protein.
I doubt it.
Really? So tell me, like on a regular day, like what do you eat?
Man, I doubt I'm eating anywhere near 190 something grams of protein. Heck, I don't even eat breakfast most days.
Really?
Yeah. So if I were to eat 100, I probably get pretty strong. I don't know. Might try it one day, but I would go more probably plant-based route, maybe some black beans and stuff like that to try to get my proteins. All that meat is so heavy.
So I trying to find cheap and healthy ways because you can buy like protein shakes and chips, like protein chips and protein cookies and all.
Oh, that sounds expensive.
Unhealthy and expensive and highly processed food. I was like, okay, it has to be a better way.
Yeah.
So one day I went to the grocery store and I found on sale 1 pound ground turkey.
Yeah.
They were selling like for $2 and some change per pound. I was like, oh dang. So I filled it up, put it in the freezer, and now every time I got a big gap, like I didn't hit my protein goals, like
load up on some ground turkey.
I ate a pound of ground turkey.
Yeah.
And I know it sounds like a lot, but what I used to do, it would just put it in the pan and then let it cook evenly, and then I will cut it into little pieces so they were like nuggets, and then I will eat it with
nuggets.
Ketchup or Chick-fil-A sauce, and that's how we eat a pound of turkey.
You put no seasoning on it, man?
Yeah. You put seasoning on the like when I'm cooking it, right?
Okay.
Like salt, pepper.
I thought you was just bland. I thought you
No.
And then put the sauce on?
No, you have to put something because it's more bland than chicken.
Yeah, it is.
Turkey doesn't taste like anything.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I was
Like
putting
licking
like
an ice cube.
and that's why I eat it with ketchup. You know what I mean? And people are gonna say, well, ketchup has a lot of sugar and this and that.
Yeah.
But it's like I'm eating like 1 pack of ketchup with 50 calories and probably like
as long as you I went extreme whenever I had a lot of weight on me. I was like, no ketchup, no mustard. If it had any gram of sugar in it, I didn't touch it.
Yeah, I did that too.
But I eventually got to the point where I didn't have to do that. But like when I was like initially like trying to get like most of that weight off, like to shock my body, and then I remember, I never forget, I was at 221 and I couldn't get past 221. I stopped seasoning my food for like a few weeks and broke it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's exactly what I did. At the beginning, I wasn't even working out. I just stopped eating sugar, and I dropped like 20 pounds.
Yeah, I was losing like 2-3 pounds a day without cardio. That's why I was on the scale every day. I'm like, did I lose weight today? If I ain't lose weight, I'm like, what the heck did I eat? What did I do? And that happened before. It was freaking bananas. I was like, okay, gotta cut the bananas out. Stop eating bananas. I'm telling you, man, I was like.
But it's true
Yeah.
because a lot of people don't realize a lot of fruit. It's not. If you're trying to lose weight, it's just not working out.
Yeah.
It's not gonna. You have to basically go down to just eating meat and vegetables. That's what it comes down to. Like forget bread, tortillas, candy, sugar, even like Diet Cokes and all these other zero.
Oh yeah, that stuff is
zero sugar stuff.
But you want to know what's the secret to a lot of that stuff? That people look at sugar, but this is the real secret with that sodium. You look at that sodium, you be like, dang, 300, dang, 1,000, dang. You'll be surprised. That'll make you hold weight like crazy.
That is crazy. Yeah.
You just start looking at stuff like, dang. Just like a mind. Yeah.
Well, and it's just like a puzzle you put it together, right? Because it's like you figure out sodium. I didn't know protein, it kind of like sounds simple, like duh, yeah. But then it's like, it makes a huge difference when you track it. Because I was like, yeah, of course you gotta eat protein. I know that.
Right.
And I'm eating protein, but I didn't realize how much I wasn't eating. So, I mean, you obviously eating enough. You got some big guns.
I guess that on my body don't require that, man. That's weird.
But I don't think I was eating enough. And that's why I was like going to the gym and then I will stop going because I wasn't fueling my
You weren't
body.
rebuilding.
Yeah.
Yeah. You was just tearing yourself down and not recovering. Just tearing.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah. That, it's sad a lot of people get on that journey and have something similar happen because not the proper research and proper nutrition and just end up like, man, this is, don't get me wrong, it's hard, but it's not as hard as,
And you know what's hard too? When I started going to the gym, I got this membership where it's like I can take somebody with me. And I've been asking people, like just random people, like I'll go hang out, we'll do the happy hour, or I'll ask people like, hey, I go to this gym, do you want to do it? You don't even have to pay, you just come with me. And nobody has wanting to go with me. Yeah. Other than my wife.
And even if you do, sometimes you might find a gym partner, but they fall off. That's why I always tell people like, I need a gym partner. I'm like, you got to want it for yourself. Because that gym partner fall off, then you going to fall off. I used to go by myself, man.
Yeah. You just have to go
you have to want
by
it
yourself.
For yourself.
Yeah. So it's not like if I don't find somebody, I'm not going to go. But
it's like, do you really want to lose weight or not?
Yeah. I would like to come with somebody, but man, if nobody's willing to do it, I have to do it.
Yeah.
And that's the sad part. Like when I go really early. I wake up like at 5:45 to go to the gym. So
I try to get up at 5 whenever I do wake up, and I get there. I use like 5:50.
Yeah. So then you get there, and then you see like there's the same people, but there's not that many people, and then you're like, oh, so that's why. It's just like that's what they call it, like on social media, that 1%.
Yeah, you start to see it, man.
Yeah. That's why it's hard to find like a partner or somebody who eats the same way that you want to eat, or to find somebody who's gonna guide you or get that information.
People people don't want to be disciplined, man. People my wife says, she's like, you have really high standards. I was like, I don't think I have. My standards are so high. I think that everybody else's standards are low.
Low, yeah. Yeah.
Because I know people that have standards that are way more extreme than mine. It's relative at some point, but I think general consensus is that most people have lower standards. It's like the scripture that comes to mind in the Bible, like each man proclaims each his own goodness, but who can find a faithful man? It's hard to come by. Wow. Each man swell up and down like, oh, I'm good. But then when it comes time for them to show up, like,
yeah,
man, like you dropped the ball. Oh, I was doing all
kind of excuses.
Yeah.
Every time somebody tells me an excuse, I think about this phrase that I heard in a song. You can have excuses, or I don't remember exactly how he said it, but it was something like this. You can have either excuses or trophies, but not both things. So you know what I mean? Because the people who win don't have excuses.
No.
You never hear Michael Jordan saying, no, man, the ball, like it was, my hands were too sweaty and I just couldn't grab the ball. Like, you don't hear Michael Jordan saying that, right? So.
Yeah, I was watching another interview that said like it's 2-point-something% of Americans eat a healthy diet.
How much?
2-point-something%.
So it's truly like the 1%ers.
Yeah. And then it's eating healthy, but also going to the gym. That's another layer. Like, are they, doing both?
I think it's very, because people say that you have to make the six-pack in the kitchen.
Oh, it's so true. So true.
Yes, but
I'm a living witness.
They say that 80% it's the food, I will say it's like 50-50.
No.
Yes. Why? Because it's kind of like, especially like me with the protein, that was a very important part. But the motivation that you get from working out and getting bigger and getting stronger, to me was like, oh, now I'm looking for protein.
Yeah,
You know, I'm
you
looking
see
for
the
my
results.
fuel.
That'll get you going too. You start to actually see your body change.
But it's kind of like it clicks, and it's like, oh, it's true. And it just like, now you're looking for your fuel. It's like, I'm looking for my gains. It's like a different mindset. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of like 50-50, like where they just, that when it clicks in your head that exercise and food goes together.
Yeah.
You know, like you can't go work out and have a crappy meal.
For sure.
And you can't do the other one either. You know, you can be eating healthy and not working out.
Right.
There's another study I saw, and I could be wrong, but a lot of runners get bone. What is it called? The when your bones break really
Shin
easy.
splint?
No, osteoporosis.
Oh no.
Or something like
their
that.
bones become brittle.
Yeah, yeah. So and that's because they don't do weights. A lot of runners are just runners and they don't do weights. So it's kind of like running is a cardiovascular exercise. You exercise in your heart, but what about your muscles?
Yeah.
So you have to work out your muscles, and you have to work out your mental health. You have to work out your emotional health. Like you have to you're not just your muscles. You have to work out like your whole body.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what people missed. Like it's all together. It all comes together.
Oh yeah, it all comes together. But I say, man, I don't know. I say food is like 80 or maybe 90. It's like when you eating right, it makes your workout, your results come so much easier. It's guys that work 20, 30 times as hard as me, but it never look like me because they eat like crap. They might have some nice muscle underneath all their fat, but they'll never. Because they don't have they're not gonna put in the work in the kitchen. I ain't saying you gotta eat super duper clean, but they need to clean their diet up more. It's not that hard, dude. Making that ground turkey takes me 5-10 minutes to cook it, and that's like 80 to 100 grams of protein right there. But it's also a level of ignorance to it too, because it's like a lot of people in the gym, they're just trying to work off their candy bar. They're trying to work off their pizza. Yes. But it's like, okay, you're trying to work off what you ate, but what about all the fat you already have too? So it's like their level of progression is not. If they changed up their diet, man, like it's like night and day. You were saying earlier about your schedule that you're working on. If you work on tomorrow's problems, then you won't get to your problems today. You're running on a wheel. So it's the same thing with the food. Like if you just eating pizza and then you think you're gonna. So you see these guys, they like lifting like 380, but they like out here and like, man, they look like crap. They strong as crap, but you like, dude, like. I've been knowing you for about a year and you look virtually the same. You might have put a couple more 45s on, but you don't look like you've been going to the gym, bro. Yeah. I'd have missed more days than you'd have been in the gym. Right. And that's another thing, right? Like people go every day. And they don't see the progress, and that was me. I was doing that. I was going every day, and I was like, "Where's the progress? Where's the progress?" Well, you're not eating enough protein. You dumb. You know. But it's like, man, but you think you could just go to the gym like, yo, let me just work off this candy bar. Let me just work off this. You just like, no, bro, it don't work like that. You working against yourself, basically.
You have to pay attention to what you're eating.
Yeah,
that's
it
for
makes
sure.
the workout so much easier. I never forget when I was in high school and I was working out with a buddy of mine at this bodybuilding gym. It was like a gym like owned by a bodybuilder with a few bodybuilders in it. And one of the guys was like, granted, someone was probably on roids, but still, he was like, man, y'all see y'all coming here working the ass out y'all selves. It was like, you just changed up your diet. You'd be twice our size. But you know, some truth to us. You know, they would juice, but still, we would look much better if we had the proper nutrition in place because we were working harder than most of them. So it's like, man, like, what are we doing?
And you know what? Now that I think about it, I see a lot of when I was telling you that I go early in the morning to the gym, and I see a lot of the same people, and it's a lot of older people. They get up early and work out, and then go home, and they look better than the younger people.
Yeah, they got that wisdom.
They figure out they needed the protein. They figure out they needed the rest day. You know, they figure out like all these things and they just like put it together. It's like, oh, so it works this way.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times, like you had to figure it out when you were younger.
I had to go through trial and error. Yeah.
The same thing with me. I had to figure it out. So nobody told us like, hey, this is how you work out. And,
So man, what religion are you?
I'm Catholic.
You Catholic? Okay.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
You from Texas originally?
No, I got here when I was 12 from Mexico. So I grew up in Mexico City. Well, not Mexico City, but it's kind of like somebody that's not from Texas. You're not going to tell them you're from Rockwall, right? You're going to tell them you're from Dallas. Because they don't know what Rockwall is. You know what I mean?
Same thing. Yeah.
So it's...
so you pretty much raised Catholic.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like from my grandma.
Yeah. So do you still practice or?
Yeah, I go to the Lady of the Lake here in Rockwall.
Okay.
Yeah. Every Sunday.
Cool.
Yeah. And then my wife is too, so it just makes it a lot easier.
Yeah.
We go as a family.
Yeah. I had to be on the same page as family.
How about you?
Christian.
Yeah. Where do you go?
I go Cross Point here in Greenville.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it the same one as this point over here?
No, I did not connect it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We actually could have a sister church in Commerce called C3.
It sounds familiar. Is it pretty big?
No, it's not that big.
No, it
sounds maybe like 200-300 people, maybe something like that.
Okay.
It's not like a mega church.
Like one of those mega churches.
No. Pastor ain't coming in with a Rolls Royce and nothing crazy like that. Oh, stop cutting up. Oh man,
that's cool. Do you go every Sunday?
Yeah, usually most of the time.
Yeah.
I miss a Sunday here and there, but I'm pretty consistent for the most part.
Yeah.
We help in the children's ministry, and we help lead a small group too, and that we meet with outside of church in the house. Yeah.
That's cool. So you're pretty involved. Because I seen like on your social media and stuff, you're like you'll mention that.
Oh yeah.
That's cool.
So what's your favorite part about being a dad?
My favorite part?
Yeah.
Oh man.
You've been a dad longer than me. How many years now? Been a dad?
I have a 16-year-old. She's gonna turn 17 now in July. This month. So yeah.
Get ready for that.
She's already driving.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah, now she's gonna go into her senior year. So, man, kids are the greatest show in life. You know, it's fun to watch them grow and figure out things and kind of like put their own, perspective on things and think how things work, and like it's just fun to have them like figure out stuff. You know what I mean? And just making jokes and saying things that they think it's funny, but it's really not funny. And it's like, oh, that was funny. I get it. You know.
No.
But it's funny how they're like their head works. You know, their mind
processing.
Like, how they're processing stuff, how they're figuring out stuff, how they're figuring out. Like, I have 3 daughters, and they're all different. All of them are so different. Like their personalities. They're not. This is like.
Any of it come from you and your wife? Do you see any of y'all in them?
Yes.
Is it just kind of like?
But it's like sprinkle. You know what I mean?
But it's just like they all got.
They're sprinkle, but they're like their own human. It's so weird because you see, I see myself in them. And then sometimes I'll make the mistake of assuming oh, I would do this, so they probably will do the same. And then I ask them or whatever, and they choose something different. And it's just kind of like a reminder, like, oh yeah, that's a different person. That's not me. You know what I mean? But it's like, I can see how, like, back in the day, like the old school parents were like, you know, you're gonna grow up and you're gonna be like the family, you know, you're gonna keep going on the family business.
Right.
You're gonna grow up to be a doctor and kind of like figure out things for kids. I can see how they would do that, you know, but I don't want my kids to do that.
Do their own thing.
Yeah, because there's so much in there.
Yeah.
You don't want to like turn off their creativity or their desires or the ideas that they have. If you tell them, hey, you're gonna do this or do it this way or that, you just turn off their willingness to do what they wanted to do.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like even with my son, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, you gonna name him Daniel? I was like, no, I want him to be his own man.
Yes.
He has my middle name, but far as like me making him a junior, which I wouldn't name him a junior, I would have called him the second. That sounds way cooler. But now the junior's gonna get mad at me. Throw a shot. But yeah, I wanted him to be his own man and have his own persona and also be better than me. So
yeah, exactly.
2.0 or what, you know, better version if he does take anything from me.
Yeah. You excited
about what?
Like, see him like turn into this person because he's still a baby, right? So
yeah. He's so interesting. Just even seeing like the little parts of his personality.
You see like glimpse of how he's gonna grow up into. And it's so weird, dude. Like when they get to that age, like when they start growing, like I have a 4-year-old and a 9-year-old, and then when you start seeing like those gaps, and then you're like start imagining like what the 4-year-old's gonna look when she's 9, and because now I have the 17, so I have something to compare it to, like what the 9 is gonna look like when she turns 17, and then I remember when the 17-year-old was 4, and it's like, dude, it's like mind blowing.
Yeah.
Because you're the same person, but though they change so much, like in the face and their personalities, what they choose to do. Like in a lot of things they change. Like, hey, you want to play with this toy? Like, nah, I don't play with that anymore. I'm a big girl now.
Yeah.
What? Like a 4-year-old.
Man, you know, funny you mentioned that with my son. Like, he doesn't clean this stuff for too long. Like even his pacifier, like he wasn't really attached to it. It wasn't long before he didn't need it no more. Like after like, you know, a few months, not even a year. And like also like we had this little monkey like with a blanket on it. My wife called it money. He used to use it to go to sleep. And then, you know, after a few months, you didn't even care about it no more. So I'm like, this is interesting.
Yeah, because that's his personality. You know what I mean? It's just like you
adapt. He moves on.
Yeah.
I'm already starting to see that. Yeah.
And not all the babies are the same.
Nope.
You know? So it's like, and then if you decide to have another kid, I guarantee you, it's gonna be 100% different.
Yeah.
100% different. Not like in a bad way or in a good way, just
different. Yeah.
Just different.
Yeah.
You know? It's so weird.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's fun weird. You know what I mean? It's like it surprises you every day. Like you learn new things and they make you grow up in a funny way. Like you think that you got all these things figured out and
keep you on your toes.
Well, you thinking that you're teaching them when
they're teaching you.
Yeah. Like I know it sounds cheesy, but
it's both. It's both. Yeah.
It's mind blowing. It's kind of like you don't get it until you have a kid.
Yeah. And it's like one of the things I love about my son, like when he wakes up, like this morning he was dancing. He woke up happy, like he wakes up dancing or something. Like once he wakes up, he's like, this kid, he's just thankful to be alive. Like he's like happy, like he's turned.
That's good. Yeah. That's good. That's a good sign.
Yeah, it is. One of the things I look forward to as being a dad is like getting a different perspective of like kind of seeing how God views us, like, looking like from a father. Yeah. It's like, man, that's so interesting. That's the part I look forward to the most.
Well, that's funny that you mentioned that because I look at it this way, like when we get upset about something that it's a big deal for us.
That's the one.
And we're like crying and like, oh my God, I can't believe it. And we made, like it's a huge deal for us.
Yeah.
And then it could happen the same thing to my kid.
Yeah.
And it could be like a toy or something that I'm just thinking like, like you won't even care about that.
It's a big deal in their world though.
Exactly.
It's the same.
Exactly. Yeah. So for God, it's like, he understands that it's not a big deal, right? But then you're in your little world.
Yeah, you thinking like, oh, come and get this done.
Yeah.
I'll give you a perfect example. Yesterday, it was funny. So like the little boxes you put fruit in, they probably like 3 inches high, the little open boxes.
Yeah.
I sit my son in there, he's playing for a few minutes, he's fine, and then he starts to cry because he think he can't get out. It's only 3 or 4 inches of box around surrounding him, but in his mind, he can't get out this box. So he's crying and he's reaching for us to be like, no, son, you got to figure it out. We let him struggle through it. And in 30 minutes, he finally figured out how to like crawl and get out the box. And then like 10 to 15 minutes later, he put himself right back in the box. Same thing. But we do the same thing. We put ourselves in the same place. We think it's so big, then God gets us out of it, and then we right back in the same place. Like, man, I don't know how I'm gonna get out. Like, like, son, just crawl out the box. Like, you can do it. Like, God, please.
Yeah, like we want God to calm down and do the things for us.
It's like, son, I give you the resources. Just do it.
Exactly.
Just get out the box.
Yeah.
Oh man, it was so funny.
Yeah.
but I can appreciate. I'm like, man, we do the same thing. It's no different. In his world, like mentally, he think this box has him trapped.
Yeah.
Like, son, just crawl out the box.
And I mean, just imagine we are like little kids to God.
Yeah. It says the kingdom is to those that are childlike. So as we're dependent upon God.
You like to read a lot of the Bible?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How often do you read it?
I try to read every day.
Really?
Yeah.
You read like how much do you read?
If I get to my reading in the morning, I read like I have like a few different books I read from. Like right now, read a chapter out of Revelation, read a chapter out of Ecclesiastes, chapter out of Proverbs, and a chapter out of Psalm. So that's what I read whenever I do my normal reading. And if I don't do that, maybe I read like, a chapter or something. Or I have a little side book that I'm reading through. Like right now, besides those, my side book is you just reminded me. In Matthew, like at night, like if I do like some extra reading, I read like through Matthew. I think I forget what chapter I'm in. You just reminded me that I hadn't read that side book in a few nights. But and lately, something me and my wife have been doing the past like 3 or 4 nights. We'll like read a psalm and like then we'll like pray like the stuff in the psalm just to kind of read together. But I try to read every day. Usually for some reason though, Saturday and Sunday. I don't know, because I guess I make it a part of like my daily routine during the week, and which is a bad habit because I'm not off from God, so I need to I go to church on Sunday, but I was like I need to do some extra reading on Sunday and Saturday too. But we usually out doing stuff most of the day Saturday, and just hanging out and stuff. But I need to squeeze those days in and get some reading in as well.
I mean, you do more than me. I do a lot of audiobooks, and I try to do the Bible, and I'll start it, but then it's not like a regular book.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know how to explain it, but it's just different.
You have to take your time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I'll just start it, and I guess it's kind of like the gym. There's something it hasn't clicked yet.
Yeah.
And I need to
start small.
Yeah.
So start it. And something I like to do is I like to stay in the book a while. Let's say I finish it, I go back to the beginning and read through it again. Like all those books I named, I've been in those probably for some months. Like even when I get to the end of it, I start back over, read through them again, just really just go through it and spend some time in it. Because it's so easy to treat the book like it's just something you're reading and just running through it. But it's depending on your beliefs. But what I believe it's the inerrant word of God. So I was like, I'm taking my time to see, what he's saying and how to apply this to my life and what he's speaking on, what he's teaching on, because it's gold. It's like I'm digging for gold. So I got to take my time. Because if I read too fast, I miss something.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you're probably not even wanting to read too fast, but it's like you might not be the same person you were a month ago.
Yep.
So you read it again, it's like, oh, I don't remember this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it speaks to you differently.
Yeah.
So yeah. Interesting.
Yep.
Yeah, man. I'm so happy you came back again.
Definitely.
Let's do this again.
Oh yeah.
And let's keep in touch, man. We need to go out and do something.
Yeah.
Man.
We hadn't hung out in a while since actually I don't think we hung out since I met you at that networking event. How long has that been?
Man,
you with the other brokerage
in the middle of 2025.
Yeah.
Yesterday was exactly 6 months.
Dude, it's Christmas already.
Yeah.
It's already Christmas, man.
Yeah.
You might as well get ready for your 2026 goals.
Yep.
2025 is done.
It's done. It's flying by.
Man, I only got, let's see, when does my cap in September? So. I don't know. This year, it doesn't. It seems I've been doing transactions, but it feels harder than last year.
Yes.
It feels like it's hard. It feels like that. Man, it feels like I'm just I'm going. I'm like, man, why does this feel so hard this year? I don't know what it is, man.
Somebody turn up the gravity level.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm glad I ain't the only one. Jesus, Lord, help me.
Oh man,
feeling the weight of entrepreneurship. I thought I could do a couple. This still a little heavier this year.
I'll tell you what. You like to go out and eat and that kind of stuff. We should go out.
Yeah.
And get something to eat. I don't know. What do you like to eat? Like if I was telling you, hey, let's go get some lunch or something.
Yeah.
Where will you take me? Because
It depends on where we at.
Like here, like in Rockwall?
Rockwall?
Yeah.
Let me see. Do I have a go-to restaurant here in Rockwall? Off the top of my head, I don't eat sushi all the time, but I do like sushi. I do like sushi. Let's see. Can never go wrong with a good burger, like barbecue.
Oh, barbecue, yes. Yeah. I heard there's this barbecue place in Fate, I think. No, is it Fate or Roy City? I don't know. It's Smoke Sessions.
Oh yeah,
Have you heard of it?
Yeah.
I heard it's really good. I
haven't had their brisket in a long time.
I never been there.
But the last time I had it, their brisket was good.
Was it?
Yeah.
And it's hard to find a good barbecue place.
It is. Hutchins, you can never go wrong with their but they in McKinney. I'm trying to think of some other spots I like around Rockwall. What is it? I like their ramen spot. It's cool. Oh, it's another spot I like that's actually not that expensive. It's a little it's over there by Gloria's. It's a little like Japanese type restaurant. Really? They sell wings too. It's darn it. I can't remember the name of it. It's right there, like where the Costco is. It's like right in front of Costco.
It's new. Something.
It's newer.
Kiwi.
Something like that.
Kiwis.
Yeah. Something like that. Yeah. Kiwi. Yeah, it's good. It's good.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
That's a good spot. I like that spot too. I'm trying to think of some other spot. Gloria's is their black beans. Don't miss. Gloria's is good. I love their black beans.
Pee Wee Asian Kitchen.
Yeah. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. It might be Wee. I don't know if it's Wee or Way. It seems like it's off the top of my head. It seems like it's some other spots I'm forgetting that I like in Rockwall. I don't think it's nothing else at the harbor off the top of my head.
Glorious is pretty good.
The what?
The Glorious?
Oh yeah, I already named them. Yeah, Glorious is good.
I like their flan. It's really good.
I hadn't had it.
Oh, you haven't had that? Oof, yeah.
The black beans, man. They got
good.
The best. Like, how can you make black beans taste that good? Black beans not bad, but they do something special.
Yeah, they're good.
It's all smooth and flavorful.
It's Mexican and Salvadorian cuisine.
Mm-hmm. It's another new what is it? Mexican spot, I think. That's more upscale. That hadn't been open that long. Hadn't even been open a year. That's over there. I forget what it's called. Off of the interstate right there. I can't remember what it's called. Zora? No. I don't remember what it's called. I haven't tried it yet. Yeah, it's in Rockwall. It's a newer spot.
Man, they're doing so much construction.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many new places.
Oh, another place I like, Buy My, is over there by Sprouts in that shopping center. They have like the Buy Me, Buy My sandwiches.
Yeah.
You been to that place?
They have those wraps.
Yeah. That spot is good. Bro, they had this watermelon slush.
They're good. They're healthy.
Oh my goodness. That's a good spot.
It's
I love
a
that
good spot.
Yeah.
They have good salads.
Yeah, that's a good spot.
They have sandwiches there.
Mm-hmm. That's a good spot.
Oh man, I just got hungry.
Well, it's time for me to eat anyway. Well, it's past time for me to eat. It seems like I'm forgetting some other spots, but yeah, those are some of the spots I can think of off the top of my head that I like around there. It's another spot, Fresh Greens or something. They're pretty good. They're a healthy spot. Right across from Target. It's that other shopping center. Across the street from there, over there where the Kroger is, I think. It's Crisp Greens, I think is what it's called. They're pretty
never
good.
been there.
The wife and I went there with it's healthy, it's good, it's light, flavorful.
Really?
Yeah, it reminds you of the Buy Me shop a little bit. Kind of similar vibe to that. Healthy, lightweight food. Yeah. That's a good spot too.
Yeah, no, we definitely need to get together and grab some lunch or something. Do you want to, anything else you want to tell the audience before we get out of here? Any news?
Any news? I don't think I have any news. I'm not that important.
Where can people find you at?
They can find me on Instagram, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, Sell with Dan Taylor, which that might be Daniel Taylor soon, depending on the branding. But it's Sell with Dan Taylor for now, and I'm still working on some rebranding stuff with YouTube, trying to figure that out. But that's where they can find me, and also where you can find me is a networking event near you.
All right, just send me all those links, and I'll put it on the description below.
Sounds good, bro.
All right, man. Thanks so much. It was good to see you, man.
Yes, sir.